Hey guys, what's going on? This is Shadow, and today I'm actually going to be doing a deck profile of Gasp, Tri-brigade Harpies. Yes, that is right. I have went over to the dark side, so to speak. So yeah, I now have all the cookies available, and no, I'm not sharing them with you. Um, with that being said, I did take a look back on it, and I'm not making a lyricalist brigade or tri-brigade lyricalist deck, and I still do not like the term bird up. I find it very, very highly annoying. So please do not comment on bird up below, but you guys probably will. And I just wanted to make this deck because Harpy Ladies are a very good archetype. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you thinking that they're bad and that they need to be updated. They don't. This is my personal opinion because I wanted a way to make the Harpy deck actually be more consistent and actually work a lot more and being able to summon more monsters on the board, and this was the best way to do it. Now, before I get started on my deck profile, I'm going to tell you I only have one Fractal in the deck. Please do not unsubscribe or leave negative comments for that. Fractal right now is about $20–$25 a piece, and I don't feel comfortable paying that amount of money for one more, let alone two. So I have a Foolish Burial in here that pretty much acts as a Fractal, because as long as you can get Kit in the graveyard, Tri-brigade Kit, and you can get Tri-brigade Nerval, then you can add Kyrus to your hand and allow you to set up for your extra link plays. Alright, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And if you haven't yet, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. And please click that notification bell so that way you're notified of all my deck profiles, testing and combo videos, and unboxings. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for subscribing. I have a few new subscribers. You guys are awesome. You guys help me keep this channel going, and without you, I wouldn't be doing this. Alright, so this deck is going to be played. It's going to have 3 Harpy Lady 1. This is the main monster in the deck. I have the vanilla one because I'm running Unexpected Die in here, which will allow you to add the Harpy Lady from your deck and special summon it to the field, which is a good way to start setting up for your plays. This is still majority Harpy Lady, so that's why it's called a Tri-brigade Harpy, but it's still majority Harpy deck. Then I've got your 3 copies of Harpy Perfumer, which allows you to search your deck when it is special summon or normal summon for a card that lists Harpy Lady sisters on it, so such as Elganegotist or Harpy's Hunting Ground. So you can add an Elganegotist when you special summon or normal summon this card and start going with your plays. I've got 3 copies of Harpy Chandler. Harpy Chandler is great. This allows you to discard a Harpy card to special summon a Harpy monster from your deck, meaning you would special summon Harpy Perfumer and then add an Elganegotist from your deck to your hand, and then you play that to get a 3rd Harpy Lady. Then you run 3 Harpy Harpist, which is, in my opinion, the best searcher in this deck. When this is in the graveyard at the end phase of the turn, you can search your deck for a level 4 winged beast type monster and add it to your hand. So that can continue with your plays and grab another Harpy Chandler or grab a Harpy Perfumer. 1 Oracle, because Oracle is good if the card is in your graveyard, such as an Elganegotist or something. But this is one of those cards you don't want to see in your opening hand. This is something you want to see kind of later on when you've already used Elganegotist. 1 copy of Harpy Queen, because I still do the Harpy's Hunting Ground field spell, but I did knock it down to 1 because you don't want to get hand clogged with it, and it's still a good beat stick. It's 1900, and you can't go wrong with that. And then for the non, you've got 1 Miss Valley Apex Avian. This is for the negate. At the end phase of the turn, you have Bird of Sovereignty, bounce Apex Avian back on their turn to negate a effect. Then you have the Barrier Statue of the Storm ones. You gotta have this. This is for your lock. So that's why it's in here. This is to make sure your opponent doesn't do anything too crazy. Then the 1 copy of the Fractal. Fractal kind of gets the combo going. Fractal, you can activate the effect, discard this card from your hand to dump a Tri-brigade monster from your deck into the graveyard. So you want to be able to dump your Tri-brigade Kit, because Tri-brigade Kit will allow you to search your deck for Nerval, which will essentially, Nerval will allow you to add the 2 copies I have of Tri-brigade Kyrus from your deck to your hand. And then you discard a monster card to special summon this, and this guy you can remove from play the Tri-brigade monsters or the monsters in your graveyard. You can banish them to special summon equal to the number of monsters that you banish. So if you banish 3, you summon a Link 3. You banish 4, you can summon a Link 4, and so on and so forth, which really just pops off and really makes this deck really consistent and just have a lot of really awesome plays. Then I've got 2 copies of Tri-brigade Nerval. This is the essential card in here because this allows you to dump or allows you to add a Kairos from your deck to your hand. Alright, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's move on to the spells and the traps. Alright, so first of all, I still got my 3 copies of Elegant Egotist. Still got to run Elegant Egotist. Great card in my opinion. This allows you to special summon your Harpie Lady. 3, Hysteric Sign. This allows you to add Elegant Egotist, and it also has an additional effect. As long as it's not the same turn that you've activated the first effect, if this card gets destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can actually add up to 3 Harpie cards from your deck to your hand, which is really, really good. That makes it to where your opponent doesn't want to destroy it. They want to think twice about it because you'll be able to get those 3 Harpie cards, and you'll be able to set up for your plays again on the next turn. And then the 3 copies of Unexpected Die. This is solely in here because I am running the original Harpie Lady 1 or original Harpie Lady. I took out Harpie Lady 1 because this actually makes it a lot easier to get Harpie Lady out on the field to go with your plays. Then I've got 2 copies of Harpie's Hunting Ground. This essentially is awesome. This destroys cards on the field. But the reason I only have 2 and I have the one Harpie Queen is if you've got no other cards on the field and you special summon Harpie Lady and this is on the field, potentially this is going to destroy itself. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. Then 1 Harpie's Feather Duster, 1 Raigeki, and then last but not least, like I said before, 1 Foolish Burial. This can be a replacement for Fractal if you can't afford it. Fractal's about, like I said, $20, $25, and I really don't feel comfortable paying that. I already shelled out about $15 for the boss monster of the Tri-brigade, so I don't feel comfortable shelling out that much money. So just to give you a heads up, don't download this video just for that. I'm trying to make it a way that's a little bit more budget friendly because, believe it or not, this deck can be budget if you know exactly where to buy from and what you're doing, such as TCG Player, or if you search on eBay or like Amazon and stuff. Just try to get the best deals that you possibly can. Alright, so that's it. Going to be it for the spells. Let's move on to the traps, and I'm only running 3 traps in this deck. It's the triple Harpie's Featherstorm. You gotta have the Harpie's Featherstorm, guys. This negates your opponent's monsters if you have a Winged Beast on the field, and this can also just completely stop them dead in their tracks to where they can't go off with any crazy moves. Alright, that's going to be it for the deck. Now let's go on to the extra deck. I've got 1 copy of Cyber/Harpie Lady. By the way, I wanted to wait to do this deck profile because I actually have a Cyber/Harpie Lady mat. But unfortunately it hasn't arrived yet, and I wanted just to go ahead and do this deck profile. So what I'm going to do is, when I do a testing and combo video, I'll make sure that I have the mat, so that way you can see it. It looks really, really nice. I love the effect of it, and it's basically the Cyber/Harpie Lady picture, except it's blown up in the size of the mat, but it looks really, really nice. But if you want to run 2 Cyber/, I would highly recommend it. This can be somewhat expensive, but it's not as bad as some of the cards in the deck. But like I said, I'm trying to make it as budget-friendly as possible. And then you got your 2 Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragons. This is a really good card because this your opponent cannot target this or Harpie monsters on the field with card effects, and this will allow you to attack your opponent directly up to 3 times. So you can potentially do 6,000 at least with him, and it's just a really overall card because they have a hard time getting it off the field. Ice Beast Zerophine. This is really good. That negates all your opponent's face-up monsters on your turn and increases its attack by 300 for each monster. Then you got Tornado Dragon to pop spells and traps, Lightning Chidori to pop monsters, and Castel to flip them face down and get rid of them. And then for the extra deck for the Link, you've got 2 copies of Harpie Conductor. This is really, really good because this allows you to bounce cards back to your hand. And then you've got the Tri-brigade Shurag, the Ominous Omen. This is a really good card because this makes it with Kairos, makes it a hell of a lot easier to get out on the field. And you can banish 1 card on the field, so every single time a monster is special summoned on your side of the field that it points to and stuff, the arrows, you can banish 1 card on your opponent's side of the field, which makes it really, really, really good, especially if you're going second, because you can start basically popping cards, getting them off the field, and doing like a complete field wipe, because this deck it does special summon a lot, so that is not a problem, especially if you bring it out on your turn when you're using Kyrus. Then I've got 2 copies of the Silver Sheller. Like I said, this is just budget. You can replace one of these with another Cyber Slash if you want. I'm just running 2 of them in there because just to, to show you. And it is a potential, actually is a really good card. Tri-brigade Farragut, the Barren Blossom. This is really good because this essentially is your like Pot of Duality. You can discard a card, or you can put a card at the bottom of your deck. You can draw a card, and then you can put a card at the bottom of your deck, so it kind of adds a little bit more draw power to it. And then you've got Smorg, Bird of Sovereignty. Bird of Sovereignty is really good because this is what sets you up for the Barrier Statue lock. And it is so easy to get this on the field. If you want, you can actually get this out using Kyrus. So that's what makes it really, really good, because it just annoys your opponent. They can't special summon monsters. And in this day and age, where everybody is special summoning monsters, this is like definitely your go-to. And then last but not least, I have Ancient Warrior Oath Double Dragon Lords. This is good because he can negate a... I can send a card from my hand or field to the graveyard, then target a face-up card my opponent controls and return it to the hand. So, like, it's a quick effect, meaning that you can target a face-up card and return it to your opponent's hand, and you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. So, it's a good quick effect. So, if they got a card, you can pop it, send it back to the hand just by returning this to the deck. Alright, that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yes, I did finally break down and get the Tri-brigade engine, but I'm only using the small engine of it, and I'm still focusing heavily on the Harpie Lady archetype, because I do believe that it is still really, really good, and I don't want you guys thinking that it's not, and that, oh, we could Tri-brigade is so much better. And it's not that it's better, it's just, it makes the deck more consistent overall, and this deck can be budget, regardless of what people tell you. As long as you're not running Tri-brigade, I think it's like Revolt Assault or Aerial Assault, you're fine, because that card is easily about $30, $40, but in this deck, in this build, which is really good still, I'm not running that, and as long as you're doing that, you're good. I just don't want you guys thinking that this deck is impossible to get, because it is affordable if you play your cards right. Haha, no pun intended. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and with that, see you guys next time. Later.